Happy Groundhog Day! This is a story about the insects of the Bible. Exodus 8. It's one of the plagues, when Moses was saying, "Let my people go," and Pharaoh was a dick. He said, Exodus 8:21, "If thou wilt not let my people go, behold, I will send a swarm of flies upon thee, and upon thy servants, and upon thy people, and to the houses, and the houses of the Egyptians shall be full of swarms of flies. And I will sever in that day the land of Goshen in which my people dwell, that no swarms of flies shall be there, to the end thou may knowest that I am the Lord in the midst of the earth. And I will put a division between my people and thy people tomorrow." This is going to be a sign. Bees. Bees are in there 4 times. Deuteronomy 1:44, "The Amorites which dwell in the mountain came out against you and chased you as bees do, and destroyed you in Seir, even into Hormath." Judges 14:8, "He returned to take her, and behold, he turned aside to see a carcass of the lion, and behold, there was a swarm of bees and honey in the carcass of a lion." Psalms 118:12, "They compassed me about like bees. They are quenched as the fire of thorns, for in the name of the Lord I will destroy them." Ecclesiastes 10. Dead flies. Talk about dead flies. Dead flies causing the ointment of the apothecary to send forth a stinking savor. So does little folly, him that is in reputation for wisdom and honor. Grasshoppers in there 10 times. Job 39, "Can thou make him afraid as a grasshopper? The glory of his nostrils is terrible." Hornets in there. Deuteronomy 7, "Moreover, the Lord thy God will send the hornet among them until they are left, and hide themselves and be destroyed." That was Deuteronomy 7:12. Psalm 78:45, "He sent divers sorts of flies among them, which devoured them, and frogs which destroyed them." Exodus 23:28, "Hornet, I will send hornets before thee, which shall drive out the Hivite, Canaanite, Hittite from before thee." Joshua 24, "I will send the hornet before you, which shall drive them out before you, even 2 kings of the Amorites." Exodus 8, "There came a grievous swarm of flies into the house of Pharaoh, and into his servants' houses, and into all the land of Egypt. The land was corrupted by the swarms of flies." Locusts is also in there. Deuteronomy 28:4, "All the trees and fruit of the land shall the locust consume." Sirach 11, I'm not sure if that's in King James, but I have it here. 11.3. Okay, here's 2 and 3. "Do not praise anyone for good looks, and do not despise anyone because of appearance. Don't hate me because I'm beautiful," right? "The bee is the least among the winged creatures, but it reaps the choicest of harvests." Isaiah 7:8, "Shall come to pass that in the day the Lord shall hiss for the fly that is in the uttermost parts of the rivers of Egypt, and for the bee in the land of Assyria." Here's a message from the Book of Mormon. Ether 2 came to pass that Jared and his brothers and their families and the friends of Jared and his brother and their families went down to the valley, which was northward, and the name of the valley was Nimrod, being called after the mighty hunter, with their flocks, which they had gathered flocks, which they had gathered male and female, every kind. And they did lay snares to catch the fowls of the air, and they did also prepare a vessel in which they did carry with them the fish of the water. So they also carry with them Deseret, Deseret, which by interpretation is a honeybee. And they did carry these bees, these swarms of bees, and all manner of that which was upon the face of the land, seeds of every kind. And it came to pass that they came down to the valley of Nimrod, and the Lord came down and talked with the brother of Jared, and he was in a cloud. A couple other grasshopper quotes. You can eat grasshoppers, Leviticus 11. Even of these you may eat: the locust after his kind, the bald locust after his kind, the beetle and the grasshopper. Numbers 13 talks about giants and people thinking they looked like grasshoppers compared to the giants. The giants, the sons of Anak. Numbers 13:33. The sons of Anak, Anak, which come of the giants, and we were in our own sight as grasshoppers. Judges 6, they came with their cattle, the tents, they came as grasshoppers for the multitude. For both they and their camels were without number. They entered into the land to destroy it. Judges 7, it's kind of the same thing. The Midianites and the Amalekites and all the children of the east lay along the valley like grasshoppers for the multitude. Camels without number. Isaiah 40, it is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth, and the inhabitants thereof as grasshoppers, stretched out the heavens as a curtain, and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in. Jeremiah 46:23, they shall cut down her forest, saith the Lord, though it cannot be searched, because they are more than the grasshoppers. They are innumerable. Amos 7, thus the Lord God showed unto me, behold, he formed grasshoppers in the beginning of the shooting up of the latter growth. And lo, it was the latter growth after the king's mowings. Nahum 3, thy crowned are as the locusts, and thy captains as great grasshoppers, which camp in the hedges in the cold day. But when the sun arises, they flee away, their place is not known. 4 Ezra 4, and we pass away out of the world as grasshoppers. Our life is astonishment and fear. We're not worthy to obtain mercy. Wisdom 16:9, for them the bitings of grasshoppers and flies killed. Neither was there found any remedy for their life. They were worthy to be punished. Sirach 43, the noise of the thunder maketh the earth to tremble, so does the northern storm and the whirlwind. As birds fly, he scattereth the snow, and the falling down thereof is as the lightning of grasshoppers.